and a very warm welcome to Healing Hand Services. My name is Julie-Sian. Here is the reading for the month ahead for October 2021. The deck I'm going to be using is the Angel Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. So I'm sitting here connecting to Mother Earth, Father Spirit, and calling in our angels, archangels, spirits and guides, gods, goddess, ascended masters, ancestors, and asking us for information, knowledge, wisdom, insight that we may need for the month ahead. Now, September has finished. That is the season and the month for harvesting everything that we've reaped. So October is the start of really making sure that everything that you've harvested, you've kept keeping safe, that will keep you through the winter and ready for the new season. So what have you harvested? What haven't you harvested? For if you haven't harvested all the apples yet, they're going to fall off that tree. They're going to land on the floor. They're going to bruise and rot away. You have got a few more moments left to finish off September, crossing those T's and dotting those I's. But now is the time to reap your harvest. Everything that you have sown and looked after, nourished, has come to fruition. And now we can get it and we can protect it and save it. So hopefully we have enough food and knowledge and wisdom that will keep us through the dark winter nights that is now starting to draw in on us. So October is the moment of the month of making sure that everything is ready and dusted and done over the summer and spring and autumn. And now we're heading towards the November, the winter, and ready to make sure that we have everything that is ready for us for the dark nights ahead. Have we got enough knowledge and wisdom to feed upon? Have we harvested enough? Have we made sure that what we have harvested, we are looking after and protecting, that it won't rot away? Otherwise, we'll be starving, hungry by spring. And protecting everything that we've harvested in the apples, and we take the pips from there, make sure they're dry and ready for us to harvest again in spring. So we're connecting together with our angels, our archangel spirits and guides, and asking for knowledge and wisdom and insights. Now, you may not resonate with all these cards at the beginning of the month. It may be just giving you a heads up as we work our way through the month. So you may wish to return to this reading a couple of times throughout the month, just to make sure you're still on track. So we're connecting and we're asking and thanking our angels and spirits and guides and saying what knowledge, what wisdom are they wanting to give us for this week ahead, for the month ahead, sorry. So we're going to take, first of all, we're going to take 5 cards. And the 5 cards we have so far to start off with is Awakening. And it's telling us to look at things from a different point of view. How have you got to October? Has so far this year working out how you want it to do, how you envisage? If not, maybe you need to look and see why, and maybe you need to start looking at things from a different way. Because maybe if the way you've been looking at things and acting all this time has not created what you wanted, carrying on doing the same thing is still not going to create what you wanted, or you're still getting the same thing. You may need to look at things differently this October and start thinking differently and acting differently. And we have got, the next card is the Page of Air. Air is all about thinking. And this page is a person, a characteristic that maybe you need to be, or you are, or maybe there is a person coming in your life that will be acting like the Page of Air. Lots of ideas, lots of information coming along, but are you going to be acting upon it on the way? Now, there may be delays because you've been thinking of a way of doing things, but this Awakening card is, hey, because you're naive, young, maybe you need to look at things a different way, because we have the 2 of Earth. Now, Earth is all about our materialistic needs. What I've been talking about, we've been harvesting everything ready to get us through the winter. Maybe you feel there's too much going on. Maybe it's time to ask for someone to help, because two people, maybe there's too much going on and you may need to ask for someone. And it's a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness, when you ask people to help. And maybe you need help to gather in your harvest. Maybe you need to ask for help to teach you to get into your next level. There's a lot going on, but you may need help. And sometimes 2 hands are better than 1. And this is where we come to the Strength card, because there is strength in numbers. So maybe this month is a month of working as part of a team, not part of the I, but part of a team. Because this is what this is all about, teamwork. The farmer doesn't go out and collect his harvest on his own. He has a team of other people harvesting. He has a team of a tractor and a trailer, and he takes it back to the shed. He's got people who helps him unload it. Farmers always got more than one person helping him. And he realizes there is strength in numbers. And maybe you need to dig deep and find the strength that is within you, and to find that actually it's okay to ask for help. As I said, there's strength in numbers. And then we come to the king of water. The king is someone who is there. He knows everything, he is knowledgeable, but he's in charge of his emotions. And sometimes we let our emotions get in the way. And what the king is doing is he's reining in his emotions. And what he does is when he makes a decision, he doesn't allow his emotions to get in the way, because he has to think logically. And sometimes he has to think, well, if I think in my emotions, this may upset person, this may upset person, but you know what? I have to think of myself and my emotions. And sometimes you have to take the emotions out of the equation and be the strong king. And yes, it may go, oh, you're a cold, hard person. But sometimes you need to rein in those emotions and think clearly from your heart, and which is the highest two things. They always say, when you're angry, never make a rash decision when you're angry. Never make a decision when you're upset. Those are emotions. You need to level your emotions. And this is where the king is. And he knows when to go and ask for help. So what is this? This month, we are looking at things from a different angle, because you can say, well, I've been working all this way and we've been doing this. But if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you're still going, well, I'm not reaping a good crop. Well, maybe it's because the way you're acting, the way you're speaking is not working, because if you carry on doing the same things, you're going to get the same results. And if the result is not what you're after, then you need to look at things from a different angle. Things are going to be changing, because when you start looking at things from a different angle, things will change. Your thoughts will change, because this is what you have to do, is change your thoughts. And because it's a page, it's a young person, it's like, oh, you're just learning to embrace the new way of acting, a new way of thinking. But it also says the two of earth. You want to create an abundance in your life, abundance of materialistic needs, abundance of money, abundance of health, friendship, and everything like this. And you may need to ask for people to come in and help. And of course, this is strength. Release your harsh judgments on yourself, being the martyr. Maybe it's stop being the martyr, stop playing the part of the victim, stop being the arrogant person. Start being kind, forgive yourself, forgive others, and find strength in numbers. And it's okay to ask for help. And like it says, open your hearts and minds to those people around you. Open your heart and be kind and generous. And yes, sometimes we have to be cruel to be kind, as they say, but sometimes we have to think about ourselves first. Be the king. Take charge of our own life. This is what I want to do. I'm now in control. I've got the confidence. I found my inner strength. I found my inner power. I have the knowledge and wisdom. I also have the knowledge and wisdom to know when I need help. And I also know the knowledge and wisdom when I can do things. But it's okay to ask for help. And what October is all about is really gathering in all your knowledge and wisdom that you have gained so far this year. If you have found you are stuck, ask yourself, why am I stuck? What is it that I need to look at things differently? Why have I not, I've done all this thing, why have I not got a bountiful harvest? Maybe it's because the way you've done things is always the same way over and over, and you're always thinking in a place of lack and a place of this. Maybe it's time to look at things. And it's saying it's important to be yourself. Be true to yourself. Maybe all this time you've always been I'll do this, so and else wants me to do this, so-and-so wants me to do that, so-and-so. But are you doing it from a place of love, or a place of where you have to do it because you're the daughter, the son, the partner, whatever. How many times do you need to do something for yourself? And it's okay to say no. It may upset people, but when you contain yourself and go, this is what I want to do. I've got the knowledge and wisdom, but I may need to do things differently. Release harsh judgments to other people. Because when you judge people harshly, they will be judging you harshly as well. And it's like strength in numbers. Rather than saying I can do everything myself, go and ask the people to help them, because people do like to help, and do it with love. Because if you've got to consider you want to create a bountiful harvest, you need to make sure that what you've laid down is a bountiful seed. And if the seed is the same seed that you've been using time and time and time again, and wondering why you're getting the same results and it's not an abundance, maybe it's time to change that seed, change the idea, look at things differently. And maybe this is what we have to do this month, October. Look what we've harvested. Are you completely happy with what you've harvested? If you have, that's fine. But if you're thinking, you know what, it's not what I wanted. Why? Is it because you're stuck in the same way, doing the same thing over and over and again? Or maybe it's time to think things differently, act things differently. Maybe it's time to be the page. Yes, they're keen. They get, I've got this idea. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. And they go, well, it's completely different to the way you normally act. Yes, I know, because I'm realizing the way I've always been acting isn't getting me the right way. So I'm going to start thinking of different things and acting and saying things differently. And yes, suddenly you go, oh my God, there's so much going on. But it's like, hey, I've suddenly realized if I do it like this, I will create more of abundance, and I can get other people on board and they can be creating more of abundance. And we can have a great fun time doing this, because there is strength in numbers. And I've got the inner strength to decide that I'm going to do things differently. And maybe that's what you've got to do. Think about how far you've come this year. Are you happy about how far you've come? If not, maybe you need to ask yourself, why? What am I doing that's not achieving things? Am I a procrastinator? Am I always doing the same things the same way? I've got to change something. And you've got to go within. Be in charge of your emotions. Don't beat yourself up. Do not be hard on yourself. Do not be, cruel and go, oh, you're so useless. Why have you always? No, that's the way you always knew, because you were acting on the knowledge you had. But now you've been given a new knowledge of looking back on the year and going, well, you know what, that's not quite worked. So we are ready to think. And when the dark nights are coming in, we have time to think things through, ready to what we're going to do in the spring. Because that's what happens in the winter. People look at their seed. In the old days, used to look through in the dark winter. We'll go through our seed catalogues, go through our things, and they do all the reading and preparing and the groundwork, ready to plant brand new seeds in the new season, in the new spring. And this is what it is. They look at the harvest. They weed out anything that didn't work, any plants that didn't were weak. They don't reuse those seeds, but what they do, any plants that created a bountiful of products, they use the seeds from that plant. And maybe that's what you need to do. Have a look. Go within. What is working? Get rid of everything that doesn't work. Stop using the same old seeds that got weaker and weaker and don't work for you anymore. And this is what October is all about. Reaping what you've harvested. Look at what you've harvested. If it's not worked, it's time to look at things differently. Think of things differently. Be excited and have fun. Don't beat yourself up. Realize that sometimes you may need help. Maybe with this new thinking, go, you know what, I need new skills. Maybe it's time to go and ask for someone to help you buy and find another teacher. Find a new course to study. Be a teamwork. And there is strength. You have great inner strength to change ways of doing things. Because if this year hasn't worked out how you wanted, then you've got the strength to go, you know what, I acknowledge it. I'm not complaining. I'm not going to tell me I'm doing it because I've tried this way. At least I've tried it, but I'm now realizing that I'm doing things wrong. I've got the strength to change things. And it's going, I'm opening up my heart to what I really want. And once I open up my heart, I become in control of what I want I can become the king, because the king is an actioner. The queen is nurturer, but we have the king who is an actioner, and he is now going to action things, realizing that he may need to look at things in a different angle. He realizes that he does need help. All kings have advisors around him, and that's what he has. You need to become the king. Take control of your emotions. Stop beating yourself up. Forgive yourself and think, you know what? Maybe it's time to do things differently. And rather than think it, act it. A very interesting reading for the month of October. I do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to press like, share and subscribe. If you'd like to have your own reading for October or for the rest of the year, don't forget to contact me. How to contact me are in the comments below. Have an amazing month of October, reaping what you have sowed, collecting in your harvest, having a look at what you've harvested and being honest. If it's not quite what you wanted, have a look at it and then analyze it and maybe rethink and look at things from a different angle and then start acting. Take care. Namaste. Bye.